23 Ways We Waste Money. Matthew Ashiomolowo, Part 2. Welcome back to the 23 Ways We Waste Money by Pastor Matthew Ashiomolowo. I cannot forget one day on the streets of central London, I'm not sure now if it's our Bond Street or Oxford Street, I saw a beautiful, very nice looking suit, so I thought, okay, let me win the shop more. And I'll come back for the suit. Then I got in front of one of the big names. I don't want to mention the name, I'll just say that the first letter of that company is J and their name sounds like either German or the same suit. One place was £100, the second place was £700. No change. I had time on that day. I walked back and thought to compare. There were no our photo shoots by phone in those days. I will have taken the photo of both and put this up at ours 110. Sure, many years later I got to know the matter of fact they instruct the same fashion house to sew and then tell them to put their labels on £100, £700 if you insist on designer. Instead of what fits, what looks good and what makes you comfortable, you end up spending your money because it carries a level. They smile to the bank and you are screaming when your bills come. You burn money by insisting on the design of food. You know some people will not buy fruit unless they get to some classy fruit shop, it is picked from the same farm, and may I burst your bubble by letting you know sometimes when it looks good in the other shop they'd use some chemicals to clean it so it looks brighter and better, and sometimes those chemicals we are not very sure if they are good for our health. The 15th way many burn money is by loaning money to family and friends. Ouch. The good book, the Bible, teaches us that whoever asks you for the coat, give them the trouser. There are certain people, you must know this, don't give them alone. Relations are the most difficult if you come from a culture I come from. If you give your brother, your sister or cousin or nephew or niece or aunt a loan and you couldn't recover it, you can't go to court. You want to go to court, your mom will say, you want to kill me, you're gonna, you want to destroy me, you're taking your brother. Everybody becomes your brother when they owe you money. You're gonna take your brother to court, so relations, give them what you can. After you've done that, look yourself in the mirror and say like Michael Jackson, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Once you are pleased with what you've done, never go to bed feeling guilty. Because some people know how to ride you on a guilt trip. You are burning money when you allow relations to borrow from you. Give them what you can walk away from, never get sucked into that borrow's my thing. Number 16. Buying designer clothes at the expensive departmental stores. We already touched a little bit of this. Okay, you want to buy these designer clothes, it has a name. There is nothing wrong with you Google going online. You Google, there are stores all over the world that now goes to the same places where they package designer clothes. Can you guess what? The designers who reject the club because the thread came out, but there are these shops that will go and pack it and have it. The designers themselves are selling it for $500. This shop that brought it here now sells in $250. Who's gonna look around to see the thread? I was going to ask you, did you buy it in the store where they brought it down? Yes, you must spoil yourself. But listen, you have come to this platform of the Money Masterclass because you want to make, manage and multiply money. You need to change your habits if you are going to make, manage and multiply money. Number 17. Buying goods and services because they are on sale. The sales psychology is perpetually used by stores. They know it gets us, that's why they put it by the windows. 40 down, 50% Black Friday. There was no Black Friday many years ago. Nice, it's a real hit. Everybody wants Black Friday. Christmas is the biggest sale period here in the United Kingdom. But you see a good number of times the goods and services that are on sale, all they have done is probably mark up before now marking down, and they also know a way. They know that once you come in you will be attracted to so many other things and you end up spending more than you had planned. If you want to multiply the money, you've got to know how to manage your appetite. Number 18. Carrying a lot of cash. Carrying a lot of cash. I know that many people are watching this from all over the world, and there are some economies we had a credit card or ATM card does not always work effectively for payment. POS is a great way and a great place to pay. We know we said not to carry too many cards and do not use credit cards too much. However, also if you carry a lot of cash you will end up spending it because you'll be tempted. Something whoever will tell you you have the MTO, only spend it, makes you spend too easily. So what you need to do is remove excess cash that is sitting in places around you. Remove excess card cash that you have and low interest accounts and transfer to high interest accounts so that your low interest account is really for quenching fires. Because if the money is too available, you will find that you're always responding to everything that happens and everything that comes. There are some things you should be able to walk away from. Number 19. Making long distance calls during peak hours. This is the day of the cell phone. Everybody has one in their hands. We buy data, but have you realized when you make calls beyond your locality, the cost of your call increases? But even then, Phone companies have big periods when long-distance calls are cheaper. Nothing wrong with you choosing the time you make the call. Some friends may say you don't always call and so time. You don't have to announce to everybody that you are on your journey to making, managing and multiplying money. You know your dreams, you know your vision, and anyone who doesn't fit in it, you may have to find a way to either manage them or keep them aside or let them exit your life if they are not a must in your life. Number 20. When you ignore your house as it wears and tears. Some of you who are listening to me today, you own your own house, but because it's yours doesn't mean that you then neglect and abandon. You've not painted your house in years, you've not added value, you've not made it look nice. You burn money by allowing some things to wear and tear. You've got to realize, when you live a life of if it's not broken, don't fix it, you are in danger. You are in danger because one day it breaks down. You need to realize that every money spent on real estate can add value to the house and enhance its value. So the day you want to either draw equity or sell it, the value has increased to. Number 21. Failing to take advantage of tax incentives and saving. Interact. Saving incentives from the government. Look at me. Wherever you are around the world, in every nation, you pay taxes 4 times. When you make money, you pay tax. When you save it, the government requires the bank to take tax. When you spend, VAT is put on the spending, you pay tax. And when you die, if you have a property, whomever you leave it for, the government is coming for 25 of the value. So how do you save? Some people do not realize that one of the characteristics of the world is that they are not into tax evasion but tax avoidance. The two are different from each other. When you evade tax, it's criminal. When some nations it is civil. You've broken civil laws. In some other nations is a criminal act. Don't evade tax. If you want a good nation, you pay your tax, but you avoid unnecessary tax. It was Warren Buffett who was surprised that his secretary pays more tax than him. We're talking here about a multi-billionaire, the smartest man on earth when it comes to buying shares, and yet it pays less tax than his secretary because his secretary grabs her income and pays tax, lives on the rest. But Warren Buffett looks for what reduces tax. In the coming days and months on this platform, we will teach you how, for example, owning your own company may be a way to reduce your tax. You say, how can that be? Stay tuned to the Money Masterclass. Last one for today, or 2 more. Failing to haggle or negotiate everything. Never accept anything at face value. Even if they told you that is the amount, negotiate everything. Reason is people should show you favor. You came with the opportunity to make their company happen and negotiate everything because you've got to realize that car you're about to buy, they've calculated the profits in, and if you told them you're going to walk away from them, you're going to another showroom somewhere. They know that they are likely to lose £500, so what's the big deal if they say, okay, we'll take £450 profit, let's give this man the £50 he's asking for. But if they became arrogant and you walk away, another store will give you £450. They lost, you gained. Negotiate everything. Everything in life is negotiable. You must not forget that when you fail to negotiate, and I've met people who in arrogance they feel, I will start negotiating, they will think I am cheapo. Anyone can think what they like, whatever they like, they can call you Scrooge, etc. Negotiate everything. The 23 and the last way we burn money is when we follow the expiry date on food rigidly. Some people, once the food says it expires today, they can't eat it, they follow it so rigidly, or it expires. Expired yesterday's. It has expired yesterday. Another food scientist, but I know that they live in latitude of time, latitude of days. So instead of you throwing away good food because it's expired yesterday, maybe what you should do is, number 1, buy dry food so that it stays longer. Buy fresh food so you can freeze it. If you buy fresh food and you freeze it, or dry food and it stays longer, it is better than you saw that can of yogurt, it's gonna expire in 3 days and you bought it anyway. You say there's no yogurt in the house, you spend £4 and truly you became so busy, or your taste is bad for you, God wasn't there, and you lost that. £4 may not be much to you, but £4 as a share, you as many you bought shares or penny shares, you'll be amazed at the value it becomes in a few years. So I do hope that today's teaching has helped you. So listen, you need to save money. You need to serve with your money, and you need to send your money to work and save it. Serve with your money, touch lives, but then send your money to work, put shoes on your money. How do you do that? When you invest, you can be home and your money is in this company, that company. So thank you for watching. Please support us by subscribing to our channel to receive our next educative videos.